It may be another instance of our colonial hangover, but everywhere you look, everybody seems to be talking about the weather. We beg for the monsoons to come, and when it does, all of us in metro cities can't believe how badly equipped we are. On a day that the Met Department predicted doom for Mumbai and Delhi, when schools were closed in anticipation, which fortunately turned out not to be that bad, our agenda young audience, like always, is divided. On my left are those people, that side of the audience, that believe that the government's at fault. They say that, they could have done a lot more. We don't have to face this kind of chaos every year. And on the right, we have that side of the young audience that agrees with the Chief Minister, Sheila Dikshit. They believe that rains are a natural phenomenon, and so we can't keep cribbing. And so, on Agenda tonight, we'll be looking at whether the government is responsible or not. Let me just introduce our guest to you this evening. We have Sarita Chaudhary, who's the Mayor of South Delhi. She's the one responsible who will answer a lot of our questions about why this kind of flooding and chaos happens every year. B.B. Sharan. In High Court today, he is the petitioner who's fighting to ensure that this kind of flooding chaos doesn't happen again. And Chetan Bhagat from Mumbai, a concerned citizen, author and columnist who will voice his concerns and perhaps what's going wrong. But first, before we get to our pundits, just to remind you how bad the situation really is. Potholes, the reason behind a hostage-like situation in Mumbai, and controversial comment by Chief Minister Sheila Dikshit.
These scenes on Delhi roads after Saturday's downpour have now angered the courts. Hearing a public interest litigation, the Delhi High Court today slammed the city's multiple agencies. The court ordered all drains to be cleaned within a week. But then when it comes to timing, Delhi's multiple civic and construction agencies hardly ever get it right. The construction and widening of this drain by the city's Public Works Department in Delhi's Gulmohar Park area started about a month ago to coincide with the onset of monsoons in Delhi.
And I just can't understand why they started construction work right in the middle of the monsoon. As it is, this road gets completely inundated during even a minor rain.
There is no sanitation, there is no drainage. What the hell is our government doing? What can we expect?
Adding to the misery, the almost irresponsible reactions from those in charge of maintaining infrastructure in the city. But these answers have not satisfied the office of the Comptroller and Auditor General, that has decided to audit different schemes implemented by the Delhi government for flood control and drainage systems. It's no different in Mumbai. The monsoon in the city is at its peak, and so are the number of potholes on the roads in the city. The frustration exploited by political parties. Raj Thakre's MNS held 3 municipal corporation officers captive for failing to repair potholes in Dadar. The city's municipal corporation says it has spent 50 crore rupees on pothole repairs alone this year. Money that literally seems to be going down the drain in Mumbai. With Sonal Mehrotra in New Delhi and Saurabh Gupta in Mumbai, Alok Pandey, NDTV.
It really is a talking point for a lot of people today. So let's just get to the first question that we are asking. How are authorities at fault? We'll actually get you details of that. My colleague Saurabh Gupta is there. He'll be giving us details. But first, if I can go to the first pundit on the show, Chetan Bhagat, who's joining us from Mumbai. Hi. There's a lot of audience over here who want to ask questions as well. But I just wanted to ask you, as someone who perhaps faces this like any one of us, and I think this is perhaps something in common between Delhi, Mumbai, a lot of others. We have someone in audience from Sonipat, and he's saying it happens perhaps is worse in Delhi than in Sonipat. So what do you think is what's a basic thing that's going wrong here?
Well, Sunitra, I've also had the experience of living in a city like Hong Kong, which is, of course, can't be compared. It's a very different country, but the weather patterns are very similar. They also have these severe rainfall, and they also have very high population density areas. So I think there is a lot of rain there, maybe even more than Mumbai, for 4 days non-stop, but it just drains out. There is never even one place where so the problem can be solved. They are doing it, and it's not something, and that there are absolutely no potholes. Even though it's very wet, very rainy, there are no potholes. I've figured out the technology is different. They use cement to make roads. We use still coal tar, which is literally giving a paint coating which wipes off the next year. And I don't know why, when we know rains are going to come year after year, why don't we make proper roads with cement things, something like you have in these VIP roads in Delhi. I'm sure the road outside the Prime Minister's house, that will never have a pothole no matter how much the rain, because the technology is different. So that aside, that is the long-term solution. The second thing is something, what my wife faced this morning, and she was telling me before I came on the show, is we don't have a warning system. Places like Hong Kong, even if you have bad infrastructure, there are, not only Hong Kong, many cities of the world, they have a typhoon warning system, hurricane warning system, which tells people it's really bad today, do not go out. In Mumbai, for example, this morning was one such day. But if you looked up in a website, there was no website. BMC website is archaic. The weather department, obviously, they are not going to tell you whether to stay in and out. But there is no warning system. And then by 10 o'clock, people decided, well, don't send your kids to school. By 10 o'clock, half the people had, half hadn't. And it's just, if nothing else, you can this can be easily fixed by having proper communication, having the weather department decide what's the degree,
yes,
and we stay in and out. And of course, the long term is, you can fix, there shouldn't be potholes when the rain falls. That's a basic requirement of a road, that it should not, it should be able to take water.
I'm just going to interrupt you for a second, because some of the things you mentioned there, one is the technology, warning system. My colleague Saurabh Gupta is joining us from Mumbai right now to talk about just that, how the problem arose just because the maintenance and the contract couldn't be fixed. Tell us more about that, Saurabh.
Well, Sunetra, one of the most bizarre explanations for the current mess on Mumbai's roads that is coming in from the BMC, apparently the road maintenance contracts were delayed. Now, who is the BMC blaming for this? Well, the additional municipal commissioner, Aseem Gupta, who's moved on to the Thane Municipal Corporation. Now, why did this happen? When asked, the mayor said, well, it was because there were technical problems in the tenders. Now, all of this while they had time to prepare for the monsoons. Now they say, well, we are prepared, we are going to take it up, we are going to fill up all potholes in 48 hours. But Mumbaikars, of course, do not believe them, because every year this is a promise we get, and every year this is a promise that Mumbaikars know will be broken invariably. Now, let me just give you some details. According to the BMC's own pothole tracking website, 200 new potholes are being added every day. Yes. Mind you, these are just the ones that are reported. There are many others that go unreported. What does the BMC do? What is the response of the BMC? According to people who are corporators who attended the special meeting to deal with this pothole problems in the BMC, they tell us that, well, they visit a spot, try and fill up a pothole. If there's complaint about one pothole, they'll fill up one pothole, they'll maybe fill up the right one next to that.
Yes.
50 meters away, if there's another pothole, that pothole will not be filled up simply because it hasn't been complained about. So these types of mismanagement is what's leading to the mess in the roads in Mumbai. 3 people have died because of pothole menace. And of course, the answers every year, unfortunately, are the same. Well, next year there'll be no potholes. And every year, those promises by the BMC are broken.
That's right. If it's potholes in Mumbai, in Delhi, it's traffic jams and really bad roads and thing. And we have, of course, BMC, no one, just to be fair, no one from the civic authorities in Mumbai and a lot of other places. We call the airport as well, because let's not forget those famous pictures on Twitter everywhere. We've seen Delhi airport is flooded. Nobody from the airport also wants to come in. So I'm glad that at least the Delhi mayor very nicely has come over here to answer some of our questions. Ms. Chaudhary, do you want to tell us why? Is there some fix? Is the Delhi government, is the civic authorities in Delhi, are they doing anything to fix this problem?
Actually, I want to say that one technical problem we are facing, drainage system of city of all Delhi is very old.
Okay.
Actually, it was made before 40-50 years ago. But nowadays, population is growing very much, and we are facing problem. But I don't want to blame anybody, but civic agencies are doing their work, MCD is doing their work, but I'm sorry to say PWD is not doing their work well. And 60 feet road, 60 feet and more than 60 feet road are maintaining PWD, but they are not doing their work properly. So that's why people is facing problem. Actually, nobody want to do this. As a mayor of South Delhi, I can say sorry to people, but problem is problem. We are facing. We are facing problem.
Yes.
And a suggestions from me that we would like to make a drainage plan for whole Delhi, in which Delhi government and DDA and NDMC and MCD.
Okay.
Whole civic agency will make a plan for drainage of Delhi, because drainage system is not working properly.
Yeah.